Mataconda77 very generously gave me a year's worth of subscriptions on Patreon and brings you today's video. Adeline versus Riku, and we've got a decent curve there, so we'll certainly keep. We are on the play. Obviously starting the game off with an Esper Sentinel. Let's see what we draw into here. That is a land tax. Yeah, not much point getting that out until our opponent ramps ahead of us. So I'll throw out the Dowsing Dagger, and I suppose we could have pecked our opponent first, but I wouldn't have thought the 1 damage is going to matter. Should have swung in first though. And there we go with the Farseek, so they are a land ahead of us now. Could have played the land tax. Have us draw into a Mask of Memory in order to do that. Get into a land anyway, so I think we're fine just going for our commander. Oh, I made a few mistakes already. Adeline triggers on anyone attacking, so I should have swung in with the Esper Sentinel for a free token there. Holding up 4 mana, we get another land. So this has to deal combat damage in order to flip round. They're going to block here regardless, so I'll just play and equip the Mask of Memory. In fact, I'll buff up the Esper Sentinel. We can swing in with 2 and potentially get rid of 2 plant tokens in 1 combat phase here. Tapping down at 3 green mana and then pausing. And it is a Beast Within onto the Esper Sentinel. No doubt they are going to pay for that. Oh, Beast Whisper actually going on to the Adeline, alright. So yes, Adeline goes back in the command zone. We can replay that next turn if we want to. And force them to block with a plant token. Pass it over to their turn. They'll have 5 cards in hand. Okay, 1 Vurly Acid. That switches on our land tax pretty convincingly, although we keep drawing into lands anyway. Get that off the Esper Sentinel. So keeping us away from our Adeline this turn. Cemetery Protector can exile a land for us. And then we'll start making human tokens. Or we could give them a hard choice with the Mask of Memory. Yeah, we can play this next turn and then drop a land and get a token out of it straight away. So let's go for the Mask of Memory onto the Beast. See if they want to give us card draw or some ramp. Turn both in sideways, of course. Not allowing us to ramp, so Esper Sentinel going to be blocked. We will draw 2 and discard 1. Alright, and there's a Sol Ring, a Reverent Hoplite. Got some pretty good stuff there, so let's get rid of a Plains. We can play a land tax this turn. Could play the Sol Ring into the Cemetery Protector, but yeah, I think I like the land tax better so that we can guarantee land drops over the next few turns. And then just for the sake of using up our mana, we'll have the Sword of Hearth and Home just sit there. Ugh, and now seeing a Consecrated Sphinx. So land tax going to trigger because they have more lands than us. We will fill up our hand with 3 lands. And then draw for the turn, have our opponent draw 2. Play the Cemetery Protector here, and could have done that on our opponent's turn, but I want to do landfall here, so we'll exile their Wooded Foothills. Then we can throw down a land. That will trigger this, making a human. Equip up Esper Sentinel with the sword so that it's more difficult for them to pay the tax. So obviously not swinging in the 5/4 into the Consecrated Sphinx. We will pass at that, I think. Of course, and they've got an Inferno Titan, so starting to draw into the bombs. They get rid of our beast, so that eats a lightning bolt. Could really do with getting into some removal eventually. So we'll strip 3 more lands out of our library. Okay, Rabble Rousing is what we draw into. Play a Plains, trigger the Cemetery Protector, and I'll get down the Adeline Resplendent Cathar here. Shame that we're missing haste at the moment. Don't particularly want to throw out the Mirror Entity to a ping against the Inferno Titan, so yeah, not sure what to do here. Maybe just protect the Adeline, give it protection from green, which could be relevant, although they've used the Beast Within already. Might as well put Mask of Memory on there as well. No point swinging in because we'll just throw away a couple of creatures. Getting hit for 4 in the air by the Consecrated Sphinx puts us at equal life. Then a Temporal Manipulation, so copying that and not able to pay for the Esper Sentinel. So we draw another card, that is Mind Stone. Unfortunately draws them a couple as well. Puts us 1 step closer to Swords and Path, hopefully. This time swinging in with the Titan. And then deciding against it, so just another 4 damage from the Sphinx. Then an E-Witness, so likely grabbing back the extra turns, so we'll see how many extra turns they take this game. They will draw us to the Esper Sentinel. Just another land for us, unfortunately. Discarding a Migration Path to hand size. And they start their 3rd turn in a row. Hit us with Sphinx again. Archaeomancer. No prizes for guessing what they grab. So a 4th extra turn in a row. And this time a Myria the Sky Ruin, only 1 planes away from that. Mnemonic Wall. 5th turn in a row are we on now? I've actually switched off. Straight through to combat this time with the Sphinx again. We go down to 20. Stunt double as an Archaeomancer or a Mnemonic Wall, an Eternal Witness they choose. It's noteworthy that we can use the Sword of Hearth and Home to flicker the Cemetery Protector and exile the extra turn card from the bin if we actually get another turn again. Shadow Spear might be relevant because we can gain a big chunk of life and undo a lot of the damage done here. Regrowth brought it back into hand this time. Also casting a Search for Tomorrow. Riku, so they can double up the extra turns. So casting the Temporal Manipulation, paying the 2 into Riku, and they get 2 extra turns in a row. Casting Search for Tomorrow into the Esper Sentinel, drawing us once again. Deciding to copy the search. Kedirect Leviathan. So that bounces all the non-land permanents. They've obviously ramped way ahead of us now. Followed by Dax Duplicate, which returns the original Kedirect. And this one has haste as well as dethrone. So just a 5/5 hitting us. Followed by a Nature's Law, 14 cards in hand. And they can, even if we do manage to get a board going, we can exile the Temporal Manipulation, like I said, if they leave it in the bin. But yeah, they can just bounce all of our stuff constantly with the Leviathan, so even if we do get a board state going, they just do this over and over again. Inferno Titan to help the game along. Copying the Inferno Titan with Dax Duplicate, and that should be the game. Bolting us with the Inferno Titan, of course, and then they will hit us for 11 after that. So hopefully you all got some enjoyment from this. Be sure to consider donating on Patreon if you like seeing these games. I'm tribalkai. Thank you for watching.